For a Colorado Springs mom accused of killing two of her children.
Investigators say this woman, Kimberlee Singler, was last seen Saturday.
Tonight, the FBI joins the search for a Colorado mom.
Double homicide in which the victims were her own children.
Just after midnight on December 19, 2023, Colorado Springs police responded to a 911 call for a burglary from 35-year-old Kimberlee Singler. At her residence, police found two of her children dead, age 7 and 9, and a third, age 11, injured and her wounded. Kimberlee told police that it was an intruder. However, sometimes between December 23 and December 26, Kimberlee fled to the United Kingdom. On June 4, 2011, Kimberlee Singler and Kevin Wentz got married, and together they had 3 children, a girl in 2012, another girl in 2014, and a boy in 2016. On the 7th of April 2018, the couple filed for divorce, which became contentious, involving allegations from Singler of child abuse and domestic violence, which Wentz denied. These accusations coincide with Wentz's parenting time, leading people to think that Kimberlee only used them to prevent the father from seeing his children. And, fortunately, the court did not find the allegation to be credible. At the time, the children were aged 6, 4, and 2. Fast forward to July 2023, where Kimberlee claimed in court that she and the 3 children were evicted from their home 6 months earlier, in January, due to what she said was Wentz's failure to pay money he owed her, including child support and spousal maintenance. Then Kimberlee applied for and is granted a temporary protection order in El Paso County, claiming that in September 8, when Wentz arrived to pick up the 3 children from Kimberlee's home on Palomino Ranch in Colorado Springs for a weekend visitation, he waved at her a medium-sized kitchen knife with a yellow handle. It should be noted that in all of Kimberlee's court motions, she represented herself. No attorney is listed. She also explained in a September 14 court document that she was a victim of domestic abuse and that Wentz was seeking sole physical custody and sole decision-making regarding their 3 children, who are now 11, 7, and 9 years old. Wentz denied that he ever held a knife to her, filed a motion to dismiss, and requested a hearing as to whether a permanent protection order would be granted. That hearing was scheduled for January 24, 2024. Wentz also filed an emergency motion to restrict parenting time filed by Kimberlee related to the knife incident in November 17. The court found that there was no imminent threat and awarded Wentz the time with the children that was lost during Kimberlee's allegation. The children are to have family time with Wentz during 2 periods, November 19 to 26 and December 16 to 31. However, another court hearing was scheduled for January 11, 2024 because Kimberlee failed to deliver the children to their father on November 19. She claimed the children were ill and could not be delivered for the scheduled parenting time. In December 16, Kimberlee failed again to deliver the children to their father, claiming she had taken the children to Breckenridge, a ski resort in Colorado. In December 18, the father had enough and filed an emergency motion for law enforcement to assist in enforcing parenting time, and a statute conference, which requires Kimberlee and the children to appear in person, is set for December 20 at 1:30 p.m. Kimberlee was informed of it by a county clerk through a voicemail he left on her phone. What the father didn't know during all this is that he won't see his children alive again.
Has been a very ugly child custody battle that those two have actually been going through for really the past few years. Now, in the months and weeks leading up to the children's deaths, court hearings even played out across the state of Colorado in both Larimer County and El Paso County. Now, the father's attorneys also laid out exactly what happened before the children were killed. In September 2023, Singler filed a request for a temporary protection order in El Paso County, alleging that her ex-husband Kevin Wentz waved a knife at her. Wentz denied those allegations, and the case is still open. Then in November 2023, the Larimer County courts heard a hearing on Singler's emergency motion to restrict parenting time regarding the same allegations about the knife. The court found there was no imminent threat from Wentz, and they rescinded the order. The court then ordered that the children have additional time with their father around Thanksgiving and again December 16th through December 31st. Those exchanges of the children would happen at a police station in Colorado Springs and the Greeley police station. The court had ordered Singler to bring the children to the police station in Colorado Springs on December 16th. Singler never showed up. Wentz and his attorney attempted to contact her, and his attorney then filed an emergency motion for law enforcement assistance to enforce parenting time. On December 18th, the court granted that motion. Then, also on December 18th, Singler allegedly killed Aiden and Ellie. It's alleged that Singler did not contact police until the early morning hours of December 19.
In December 19, at approximately 12:30 a.m., the Colorado Springs Police Communication Center received a 911 call for a burglary in the 5300 block of Palomino Ranch Point. Police officers arrived on the scene and found two children deceased. 9-year-old girl Ellie suffered a gunshot wound to the head and cuts on her neck, which caused her death. Her younger brother, 7-year-old Adam, was killed by a gunshot to his head. Both children also had potentially toxic levels of doxylamine detected in their blood. Doxylamine is an antihistamine medication which is used in the treatment of insomnia and allergies. Autopsy and investigation indicated that these injuries were incurred as a result of the deliberate action of another person. Police also found an adult female and an 11-year-old girl who had survived but were suffering from injuries. The surviving adult and child were treated and sent to the hospital. Also on December 19, a GoFundMe was set up to offset funeral costs for the children and to help with the costs associated with the care of a surviving child.
A Colorado Springs mother is on the run after police say she killed 2 of her children and injured a third just days before Christmas. In the early morning hours of December 19th, Colorado Springs police responded to a burglary call at 35-year-old Kimberlee Singler's home. According to CSPD, they found Singler and her 11-year-old daughter injured. Her 2 youngest children, a 9-year-old girl and 7-year-old boy, were dead.
I'm just really sorry for them. My heart breaks when I think about it. And seeing all of them when they play outside just makes me really sad.
Singler and her 11-year-old were taken to a local hospital for treatment. Police say because she was considered a victim at the time, they allowed Singler to leave the hospital as there was not enough probable cause to connect her to her children's death.
A day after, on December 20, the day on which the court had scheduled a statute conference, Kimberlee Singler went to a computer in a library and represented herself as a legal counsel, filing a motion to postpone the conference for at least 10 days. She wrote that someone broke into her residence around 11 p.m. on December 18 and attacked her and her children. She wrote that Ellie and Aiden were murdered and that she and her other daughter were left to die. She claimed she had no ability to call 911 until about midnight on December 19 and had just learned of the December 20 hearing late on December 19. In the motion, she described lacerations on her neck and wrists and said she was weak and in great deal of pain. She asked in the motion for a time to heal and to grieve the loss of her 2 children. Almost 6 days later, on December 26, investigators established probable cause and obtained an arrest warrant for Kimberlee Singler on suspicion that the December 19 burglary report was false.
As the case unfolded, Colorado Springs police determined the burglary was made up.
Kimberlee has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of first-degree murder of children under the age of 12 by a person in a position of trust regarding the 7 and 9-year-old, 2 counts of child abuse resulting in death, 1 count of attempted first-degree murder, 1 count of attempted first-degree murder of a child under the age of 12 by a person in possession of trust regarding the 11-year-old. 1 count of child abuse resulting in serious bodily injury, 1 count of first-degree assault.
Singler has a warrant out for her arrest for 4 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, among other charges including child abuse and an assault charge.
The court set a $10 million bond, and the Colorado Violent Offender Fugitive Task Force launched an effort to locate Kimberlee. No official motive for the killing has been established by police, and it should be noted that fortunately, the 11-year-old daughter is safe.
Singler faces 10 charges. Once she's arrested, she'll be held on a $10 million bond. The Colorado Springs Fugitive Task Force has been searching for Singler for 2 days now since that warrant was issued for her arrest. Now, as for her 11-year-old daughter, we know from police that she has since been released from the hospital and is safe with family tonight.
4 days after the effort was launched, Kimberlee Singler was located and taken into custody in the United Kingdom by National Crime Agency National Extradition Unit in Kensington, West London on December 30.
The nationwide hunt for a Colorado Springs mom accused of killing 2 of her children ends overseas. We were just learning that yesterday Kimberlee Singler was taken into custody in the United Kingdom without incident.
Nearly a week of searching for 35-year-old Kimberlee Singler led investigators overseas. Colorado Springs police say law enforcement arrested her on Saturday in the United Kingdom. Officers didn't share any details about how they found her or why they say the initial report of a burglary was unfounded.
In the meantime, Wentz is mourning his children, saying he was devastated to hear the news, and a private funeral is planned for the two children in the first week of January.
Now, the father of the children already did have an attorney. In a statement today, they did tell us Mr. Wentz and his family are currently in a tremendous amount of grief and shock right now, and they will talk at a later time.
On January 1, 2024, Kimberlee had her first court appearance at the Westminster Magistrates Court. And on January 2, her ex-husband filed a motion with the Larimer County Court. Wentz said he learned through a petition that was filed with the department that Kimberlee told police that he was the intruder that had entered their home. Colorado Springs police said that Wentz had nothing to do with the murder of his children. Kimberlee is scheduled to return to the Westminster Magistrates Court as the extradition process continues. Legal observers predict that she won't set a foot on Colorado soil for months.
Now, even if the court does rule that she should be extradited, it could take months for her to face charges here in Colorado. The decision would be sent to the British government, who would actually have to order her removal. Before that, there are multiple opportunities for her to appeal.
If the extradition is approved, she will immediately face 10 counts filed by the 4th Judicial District, including 2 charges of first-degree murder and another of attempted murder, in what Colorado Springs police believe were attacks on her own children. As of now, we can only wait to see what would happen.
It's gut-wrenching. It's atrocious to hear that something would happen like that, especially to 2 young children. You know, just the other day I saw them playing outside in the snow, and to think that they're not here anymore is just, it's heartbreaking.